Imagine you're driving to school, but when you get there, you're greeted by an angry Karen teacher. Well, in today's video, we take a look at when teachers lost the plot and got handed the ultimate punishment. Now, this Karen teacher started yelling at a student, demanding that he says his name.
Say my name.
Take a look.
The fight between a teacher and a student on Tuesday was captured on a cell phone. Another student recorded this scene in the hall. That's Dr. Damian Cooper in the middle, seems to be yelling at the student, appearing to order him to call him Dr. Cooper.
Hey, you about to cry. You about to cry. What's my name? What's my name?
I am told that that's the wrestling coach on the right who came out into the hall to intervene and to separate the teacher and the student.
Now, if you're wondering what happened to the teacher, it wasn't good.
Dr. Cooper is an Army veteran. He's teaching advanced placement civics. I talked with him late today, and it appears that that shouting incident in the hall cost him his job.
Up next, this Karen threatens to get one of his pisos to take care of a student.
What I'm gonna do to you?
What you?
I'm gonna get one of my pisos to take care of you.
This is part of the caught-on cell phone camera exchange between Skyline High School substitute Mark Schaefer and student Eric Malone Jr. in geometry class Monday, a recording the teacher was aware of. It continues, the substitute not just directing comments at Malone anymore.
You're too lightweight for me.
Okay.
Get one of your Mexican friends to play with a piso. They call them in LA, they call them the vatos.
The Skyline Jr. then asked a question, getting the sub to repeat what he said earlier.
But what you say you gonna do to my daddy?
I'm gonna have a little chat with him.
Nah, what you say? You say you gonna put a cap in him?
If he wants to mess with me, I will, yeah.
And then the profanity.
And you wanna with me, I'll show you what time it is in Detroit, mother Michigan, right now.
Okay.
You got something to say?
Okay. No, I got something to say because I'm recording you right now.
Go ahead, record me.
Oh!
When later asked about the situation, here's what the student and the father had to say.
The students had told me that he was saying racial slurs, that he said little black kid, and I asked him, did he say little black kid? And he's like, yes, I probably did say it, and I probably said worse.
Tell my child the things that he would do if I came to the school to visit to see what the problem was, then it made me feel bad. Substitute teachers shouldn't work, and DISG shouldn't work as a teacher anyway, because, you know, if he does it here, then he'll go elsewhere and do the same thing.
In an email, the school said the behavior of the substitute was completely inappropriate. Once school administrators learned of the incident, he was removed from campus and will not be invited to return. We have much higher expectations for our staff. Moving forward now, this next Karen made a really bad mistake, initially called out on TikTok by another popular creator. On a Tuesday, Karen posted a since-deleted video holding up a do-rag and making fun of the item.
Well, TikTok, the racist of the day, in my opinion, goes out to Mariah Webb.
Things that my kids bring to school that I get to confiscate. Looks like pantyhose.
Well, then she was identified, but take a look at how she got caught.
Now, Mariah, the devil works hard, but we work harder. And I was able to narrow you down from your 2017 wedding registry.
Now, after noticing that people weren't happy, this Karen made another video trying to explain the situation.
Good morning, TikTok and Aunt Karen. I owe every single person who saw my video yesterday an apology for my cultural insensitivity.
Except she then goes on to ask for forgiveness due to her lack of education, although she's a teacher.
I would like to start by saying I am not justifying any actions that I did. However, I would please ask for some forgiveness due to the context of the situation and my lack of education.
And then she tries justifying what happened by saying this.
The black item that I found out was a do-rag on TikTok was taken away from a white student who had it wrapped around his neck in my class. I did not find this to be very appropriate, so I took it from him and thought it was just another silly item that my students were bringing to class. The reality of the situation is I posted that on TikTok thinking that they were pantyhose and put them on my head because sometimes I do silly things like that for my students, and it was very offensive. And I apologize, and I will never let it happen again.
Now, the school hasn't released a statement, but I think it's fair to say that she no longer has a job. But what do you think? Did she make an innocent mistake, or is she just a smart teacher trying to twist the story so she can get away with what she did? Up next, this Professor Karen has been put on administrative leave after a video surfaced on social media that shows him berating a hard-of-hearing student during an online class. In a video taken by a classmate, the professor appears frustrated and tries to get the student's attention by calling her name, to which she responded, "I can hear you a little bit." Take a look.
Miss Salazar, I've been talking to you, Miss Salazar.
No, I can hear you a little bit.
You can hear me a little bit? Why didn't you answer all the times I spoke to you then? Have your counselor speak with me because you've got too much distraction to even understand what's going on.
Yes, I do, because my translator is next to me explaining me everything that he's saying.
Okay.
So
Then maybe just have them teach you the whole class. That makes sense to me. I don't know. I don't understand it. But I see you laughing and smiling and giggling with somebody else.
At one point, a classmate steps in to help.
Professor, she's actually hard of hearing, so her translator goes in a little bit late. She can't respond, right away.
She's not paying attention. She's not trying.
Let's take a look at what the school had to say.
We're here to support our students in their academic journeys and their success. And we do not tolerate discriminatory, rude, or bullying behavior.
After hours of digging, new information has surfaced saying it's reported that the professor was investigated while on leave and won't ever be returning to the same job.